All right, guys, for writing today, we are going to be reading source two. Remember, for writing, we are still in the process of gathering information. So we are basically doing research for our paper. And writing and social studies are going together right now. So in writing, we're learning about social studies, and then we will be writing about social studies. Um, right now, we're in the midst of a big uh, conflict between England and the colonists of Massachusetts because England keeps making these laws that are requiring the colonists to pay money to the king, and the colonists are not happy about it. So these tensions kind of grew and grew and grew until one day the colonists finally just lost their temper and started a little, well, it wasn't a little, started a big fight with the British soldiers in Boston. So let's read about that. And then in social studies, you have a little animated video that tells the events of the Boston Massacre as well, which was very informative. Um, so I think you'll enjoy that. Okay, so for source two, just a reminder that these are firsthand accounts, and that means that they were written by someone who was there. And this one, again, was written in the 1700s, so we're dealing with sentence fragments and maybe different use of language, but that's why we are reading it together, so we can work through this information accurately. All right, so we're starting off, the colonist was at home. So he says, I was at home and I heard the bells for fire. In the video that you watch in social studies, you'll hear the narrator of the video talk about the bells for fire a little bit more clearly. Basically, it was just a bell that they would ring in the city when there was a fire to alert people to call for help or get out of the building, just like a fire alarm. I was at home and I heard the bells for fire. I went out, came to the townhouse. The people told me there was going to be a conflict with the soldiers. I went to the custom house and saw Captain Preston there with the soldiers. Asked him if they were loaded. He said nothing. I saw the people throw snowballs at the soldier and saw a stick about 3 feet long strike a soldier upon the right. He reacted and then fired. So basically, this guy went out into the town square area. I showed you, if you went on the field trip, where it happened. It's like right in the middle of a big intersection area of the town. And he saw the snowballs flying, and then one soldier got hit, and then his reaction was to fire. Now, in the video that you're watching, it states that someone yelled fire, so it could be that the soldiers thought that was an order, but I guess we'll just have to come up with our own opinions about that. Okay, paragraph two. One or two snowballs hit the soldier, the stick struck before firing. I know not whether he reacted on account of the stick or stepped back to prepare himself. I did not hear any order given by the captain to fire. I stood so near him that I think I must have heard him if he had given an order to fire before the first firing. Every time they use the word fire, they are talking about shooting the gun, not a flames. I never knew Captain Preston before. I can't say whether he had a uniform on, but he was dressed in red. I know him to be the man in charge of the troops, and red was the color that the British soldiers wore. So it sounds like from this account, Captain Preston did not give the order, but in the video, it does say that someone yelled fire, and I wonder if they were standing near the captain, maybe, and the soldiers thought that that was an order. I don't know. All right, in the last paragraph, the man that fired first stood next to the road. I saw none of the people bump into the soldiers before the first gun fired. I did after. I tried to punch him myself, but did not strike him. I had no understanding that the captain did give order to fire when the first gun was fired. I thought after the first gun the captain did order the men to fire, but do not certainly know. I heard the word fire several times, but know not whether it came from the captain, the soldiers, or people. Two of the people struck at the soldiers after the first gun. I don't know if they hit them. There were about 100 people in the street. The muzzles of the guns were behind him. After the first shot, the captain went quite to the left and I to the right. So this person's account at the very end, they kind of parted ways. He didn't. But we talked about this in the classroom. Tons of people being out there at night, and We know that that's due to the bells of fire. Like there is a fire alarm going off essentially, so everyone left their houses. Um, I don't think there was any motive to get people outside for that. I just think that, there was about to be a fight, so they, kind of like we talked about before, when you're on the playground and there's about to be a fight, it's like, oh, like everyone starts gathering around, it just becomes more and more of a show. All right, so that's all you have to do for writing today. We're just reading to that source so that we can be prepared to take notes tomorrow. And then in social studies, you'll watch a short video along with exactly what we just read. All right, guys, have a great afternoon. Oh, I never know how to stop these things. And I should by now. All right, here we go.